Hey folks, today is Friday, July 27th, 2018. As usual, it's me, Jake Baldino, and we got some video game news to talk about this week. The first thing I want to show off, we're actually changing gears this time because I think this is just too good not to show off. This is a trailer for a Fallout 4 mod, which is something that I usually wouldn't get too excited about, but this is really impressive. This is for something called Fallout Miami, and it looks like it's Vault 53, it's Miami, and it's just incredibly well done. It looks like what they are building here is really impressive. Of course, we haven't seen it totally completely running yet, but as far as this trailer goes, this is high quality. This looks like something Bethesda could put out, and I really do applaud these guys.
Think they have Will Smith's Miami in it? On the radio?
I would hope so. I'm just amazed what they could do with Fallout 4's engine, considering it looks completely different. I think it's worth pointing out. We love highlighting what people actually do with video games for the love of video games here. So if you want to check it out, it's linked in the description below. And next up, this episode is brought to you by War Robots. It's a fully 3D action-focused multiplayer mobile game with 6v6 robot battles, and it's pretty legit. There's a bunch of weapons and robots to choose from that are constantly being updated by the developers. You can support us by clicking the link below to install and check out the game, and you get a starter pack with a full set of weapons, 1 GI patent robot and a unique skin for it, and 100 gold and 400,000 silver. 90 million people have already installed this game. It's fast, it's fun, and if you like mech games, I think it'll be right up your alley. Now in other news, something I didn't really expect to talk about, but Amazon is really supporting PC gaming in this new bit. I say supporting, but they're a business, they're making money. But essentially what they are doing, it seems like it's rolling out for customers, at least here in the United States, per account basis, interest-free financing on PC gaming, pre-built PCs, gaming laptops, and parts. This isn't like an advertisement or anything. I just think this is really interesting and kind of unprecedented considering, I guess at this point, Amazon is so big that they can offer what is basically just installment plans. Now I say it's more of like an installment plan because apparently there's not a lot of strings attached. There's no interest rate, there's no real fees, and you just have 5 months to pay this off. From what we can see, it seems like you just have to have an Amazon account in good standing and a credit card attached to the account, and your account has to have existed for a year. eBay does do some form of this, but Amazon I just think is particularly interesting because Amazon does have their hands in games. So I'm looking at this a little differently because, Amazon does of course own Twitch. Not only that, we do know Amazon has been hiring and they've been trying to build up their own games development and publishing. So I see this as them kind of getting in on a complete cycle. People want to play the games, people watch the streamer play the games on the devices, and then people want to buy those devices and get caught up paying payments continuously forever. Basically, the moral of the story is this is good for some people. They might have easier access to PC gaming than ever before, but also just be careful. Don't put yourself in debt.
Don't spend money you don't have.
Consult your doctor before taking on massive amounts of debt. That's what they should say. But in some more spicy news, the hottest rumors on the street about Microsoft's Xbox or next Xbox is really crazy. So we have known since E3, Xbox did come out and say, hey, we're working on the next Xbox. It's called Project Scarlet. We do know that. But thanks to some new rumors and reporting and digging from The Verge, it seems like we know a bit more about what their game plan is. Now, take this all with a grain of salt because it is rumors and the sources are unnamed, but apparently Microsoft is actually working on 2 consoles. It's working on, of course, the Xbox Scarlet that they have announced, the newest successor to the Xbox One, or rather the Xbox One X, I guess, hopefully. But not only that, they are doubling down on their streaming service and working on completely building that up to be a big driving force in the game industry. And coming with that will be streaming console hardware, essentially a set-top box that is designed more for streaming than actually physically playing games in person. Think of something like an NVIDIA Shield tablet or something like that. It seems like Microsoft is investing a lot of money into not only just a new complete game streaming service platform, but also the hardware in and of itself. Apparently it is going to have some onboard processing to help with latency and stuff like that. And I think this is really interesting because I see Microsoft, as much as there are issues with exclusives and stuff, they do seem to be trying to change the gaming ecosystem, whether you like it or not. The fact that they have the whole Xbox Play Anywhere thing, Xbox Game Pass, these things show that they are trying different things and seeing what sticks. Now, the game streaming thing is crazy interesting because as far as we're concerned, not everybody has internet strong enough to stream. I mean, we're here in New York, and our internet sucks. I could barely stream games.
Depends on the day.
It depends on the weather. And not only that, in other countries with worse infrastructure, they have an even tougher time. Data caps could also really not help with that, and considering more and more places in the United States and elsewhere are having data bandwidth caps, limiting their internet usage. I'm really curious to see where this goes and how much they lean into it. Maybe they're betting on infrastructure just improving throughout the world. I don't know, but I just haven't been a fan of the game streaming thing yet. I haven't really been totally convinced. It seems to work fine, but whatever that next Xbox is that comes out that I can either download a game to or pop a disc into, that's going to be the one I'm going with. And in terms of just industry speculation, fun stuff, I'm very curious to see how PlayStation works to counter this. Since they already have the foundations in place, I wonder how and if they're going to innovate. But, this is a conversation, so I am curious to see what you guys are thinking. And now moving on to just cool stuff in video games, the first thing linked below, we do have a new trailer highlighting the multiplayer stuff in Stardew Valley. This has been in beta. People have been playing Stardew Valley multiplayer, but it is now officially rolling out August 1st on PC and apparently soon for the consoles. I can't wait to get my hands on that. And of course, I just want to mention again, we did link that Fallout Miami trailer. That's down there. Not only that, I did link Jordan Vogt Roberts' Twitter account. This is the guy who is apparently writing and directing the Metal Gear Solid movie. I know that sounds very like, I don't know, but this guy does seem pretty legit. Check out some interviews with him. Not only that, for Metal Gear's 31st anniversary, every single day he's been tweeting out conceptual art and what-if scenarios and just art he's commissioned when he wrote the Metal Gear Solid script. A lot of it is really crazy stuff in the Metal Gear lore, like mashed together. I don't know if we're actually going to see that in the movie, but it's just really cool art to look at. If you're into art and video games, I would consider checking it out. Oh, and just as a very interesting update, this did go under the radar, but just about a week ago, Cory Barlog, the director and creative mind behind the newest God of War game, did tease that there was one more secret out there, one more Easter egg that players haven't discovered that revolved around Kratos' house at the beginning of the game. And I will not spoil it for you if you haven't played the game, but it has been found. Players have found it because, of course, people are really good at that stuff. So if you want to check it out, it's very small. It's just a nice little Easter egg, a little nod. It's linked in the description below. Not only that, but in some crazy news, it looks like Nintendo is once again enforcing their copyright and cracking down on ROM sites. Most recently, they have filed lawsuits against two fairly prominent ROM sites. Both LoveRoms.com and LoveRetro.co have been slammed with big lawsuits from Nintendo for copyright infringement, seeking damages for upwards of $150,000 per game on the site. Apparently these sites are run by one person or one organization, and the latest update as of right now is that both sites are now shuttered. The article is really interesting if you want to read it, if you're into copyright law and just law and video games and stuff like that. It is pretty interesting. I think the most fascinating thing from this story is just how quickly this happened from Nintendo coming out, not only just giving out a cease and desist because these sites were actually profiting off of this, so they came out with full charges, guns blazing, and the sites are immediately gone. It just goes to show that in the 21st century, things move really quickly. But moving on to Capcom news, it looks like Devil May Cry 5 is running in the Resident Evil engine. Most specifically, that is going to be used for the Resident Evil 2 remake, and we know this thanks to a DualShockers post that translated a Famitsu interview with some little bits of details here and there about the new Devil May Cry game. Mostly they are striving for more photorealistic graphics, they're going that direction, and apparently the Resident Evil engine was the engine to use. Since details are still so slight about the new Devil May Cry game, despite us getting that awesome trailer, I am happy to hear any little inkling of news, so I just thought I'd bring that up for you guys. And now, of course, we gotta do that console giveaway we do every week. You know how it goes by now. There's a link below, you click it to sign up, you enter once, and then you're entered for good, and then every single week, we go in to randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. And this week's winner is gonna be this person right here. Congratulations, be sure to keep an eye on your inbox, your spam box, stuff like that, because we're going to be reaching out to you to figure out how to send you a free console. But now let's talk about everything going on this week. Number one, how you guys feeling? And number two, what do you think about Xbox having 2 new consoles in the next generation? Also, how do you feel about the whole game streaming thing, and how do you think it's going to work with not only Microsoft, but also Sony? Have you tried the Stardew Valley multiplayer beta? Have you been playing that on PC? I definitely want to know what you think. As a huge fan of the game who hasn't had time to jump in yet, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Also, what do you expect from Devil May Cry? Because like I said, we have the trailer, we know what engine the game is running on, but what do you really want? I just want more Dante, less Nero. Sorry, hate to be like that.
Nero's way better.
No, he's not. Shut up.
He plays better. He's a better character.
Your mom's a better character.
She is.
If you are a PC player, will you try to play this awesome Fallout 4 Miami mod? And how do you feel about Amazon essentially giving away interest-free financing for PC stuff? Now that I think about it, this is a very PC-focused episode. But let's talk about any of this down in the comments. Of course, I'll be down there talking to you guys. You can also talk to me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Jake Baldino. And we're over on Discord, discord.gg/gameranx. There's a bunch of good folks hanging out over there. If you want to find me anywhere else, check out the major podcast feeds and search Because Video Video Games, one word. That's a podcast I do with my best friend. We talk about our favorite stuff every week. But aside from that, I always say it. Thank you guys for coming around every week and listening to us talk about video game stuff, whether it's here on the Friday show or on the live Twitch show we do, twitch.tv/gameranx live. If you have missed an episode, they are archived there, so go consider checking them out. But thanks again for coming around. If you enjoyed this video, clicking the like button does really help us out, and we do appreciate it. But if you are new, you should subscribe because we put out stuff every day as well. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Pizza's on me.